Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video. Also leave your opinions in the comments section below. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana has criticized President Bola Tinubu for his recent pronouncement of a state of emergency in Rivers State, describing the nation's #1 citizen as giving out what he refused to accept then as Lagos State Governor. Falana, who was speaking at a webinar tagged Civilian Coup, Tinubu's state of emergency in Rivers, over the weekend, argued that the incumbent president, as the Lagos #1 citizen then, rejected the idea of such pronouncement being mooted by former President Olusegun Obasanjo at the height of OPC crisis in the state. He also expressed his surprise that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Nyesom Wike, who also resisted plans by the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari to do same in Rivers at the height of the 2019 general elections crisis in the state, could be at the forefront of such declaration now. One then wonders what has happened between them and now, that these two individuals are now promoting those things they resisted and fought against during their time as governors. I remember President Tinubu, as Lagos State Governor then, had threatened that Lagosians would reject any pronouncement of a state of emergency on the state by the then President, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, at the height of the OPC crisis. Besides, Wike was also at the forefront complaining the use of federal might by the federal government at the height of the tension induced by the 2019 elections in Rivers. It's quite a surprise that these two men are seen promoting what the family stood against then, he stated. The constitutional lawyer argued that while the president has the right under Section 305 of the nation's constitution to declare a state of emergency, such rights, he noted, does not indeed include the removal of elected executives of such states. He wondered where the president derived his power to sack Governor Siminalayi Fubara when the Supreme Court recently pronounced as illegal the removal of some local government chairmen and their councillors by some state governors. It was even the federal government that took the case to court last year and got a judgment, and part of a Supreme Court pronouncement was the instruction to the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and the Accountant General of the Federation not to release the statutory allocations to such states unless their local government councils are properly constituted. So if the governor does not have the power to sack local government chairmen, where is the president deriving his own power to sack the Rivers State governor from? The Fury lawyer asked. Falana therefore challenged his professional colleagues, throwing their weight behind the recent action of a president in Rivers State to point out the section of the Constitution that empowers the president to sack state executives, while calling for a critical look at Section 305 of the Nigerian Constitution. The human rights lawyer noted while the Constitution has given 4 conditions which the office of a governor can be declared vacant, none of such conditions empowers the president to carry out such tasks. He renowned legal practitioner also described as a mockery of democracy the decision to ratify the president's pronouncement by voice votes. On the economy, Falana believed that despite all attempts at painting a positive picture of its performance, the figures are indicative of a failing economy. It therefore urged critical stakeholders to give as much prominence to discourses that have to do with the economy as it is being given to politics. One of the ways he believed this can be achieved is by critically analyzing the budget of the subnationals, the way that of a center is being subjected to. since activities at those levels usually have profound and lasting impacts on the people. In his introductory remarks, Nigerian-American professor and co-host of the event, Farouk Perogi, explained that the webinar was designed to bring a key issue on the nation's political space, the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, and the sack of a state executive to the front burner with the aim of examining the constitutionality of such actions. I think that this is the state of emergency that is declared in Rivers State and the suspension of Siminala Yufubara is quite contradictory. Ask me why. I mean, just of recent, the Supreme Court, pronounced that the state governor have no rights. He has no right to remove, to decide to remove some certain, lawmakers and then present the budgets to just, 3 lawmakers that are his core supporters. And then also, there was the issue of him conducting a local government election and, imposing the local government chairman on the people. That was, according to them, because there was a court judgment saying that he should not move on to conduct election, but he ended up doing that. Those were the reasons why, the allocation to the state was about to be stopped before the state of emergency was declared. You see, now the federal government are the ones now imposing themselves on the people of Rivers State, because why will the president remove a serving governor, a governor that has been democratically elected by the people of Rivers State? You are now suspending him because you want to punish him. Because according to what the presidency said, they said he did not carry them along. So the suspension is a punishment. It's a punishment, which means that, all of these governors that are quiet all of a sudden that do not want to see anything now because it does not concern them, because it is not their turn. They are not the ones experiencing it. They are not the ones wearing the shoe. They are quiet. Because of that, it will soon get to their turn, because opposition parties now in all of these states are now using state of emergency to threaten sitting governors. They are now turning it into a weapon to say to the governors that if you misbehave, you can also be removed. Take a look at Siminala Yufubara. But since the president has been able to do it successfully with Siminala Yufubara, I think that they should wait their turn. Any misbehavior on their part, especially opposition parties, they are not safe. Opposition governors, they are not safe. So they should be expecting to be removed at any point in time if they misbehave. What are your thoughts? Let's have them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain for now. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.